Previously on ESL 1 Birmingham.
What a dream way to begin the day.
And now, we continue. Get ready for the Birmingham Brawl.
It's time! There is no place like home. Universe goes down. Look at the swing.
Pasha coming in with the combo. GG is called.
ESL 1 Birmingham 2019.
Think he can't shine through the dark? Stream a Roshan Steele in high resolution? And record a play for the history books? Watch this. Think he can't make a victory go viral? Watch this. Think a support can't be in the spotlight? Watch this. On Intel Core i7, a legend can rewrite his own legacy. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7.
Remember where it started. Your first experiences. Remember where you came from. The journey you traveled. The journey you love. Remember where it started. And imagine where it will go. Rise on.
No matter what your passion is, soccer, rugby, racing, or esports, become a part of the experience with the moments we deliver.
Hello and welcome to the ESL 1 Mumbai Chinese Qualifiers Grand Finals. Now you may be saying to yourself, what on earth are we doing here? We only had the upper bracket finals yesterday and another game hasn't been played yet. Well, unfortunately, Mr. Game Boy did have to forfeit the tournament, which means that Raw never give up. They lose to Keen Gaming, they go through the lower bracket and come straight back up again to face off versus Keen Gaming for this best of 5 finals. Now, it is a one-game advantage to Keen Gaming for getting through in the upper bracket finals. That's how the format works. So they'll be starting off. They only need 2 wins to take this series. Meanwhile, Raw never give up. They need 3. My name is Nomad. I am here with Mo Farah, of course, my loyal co-caster and companion and life partner, some might say. How's it going, dude?
You haven't asked me that yet, but yeah, okay, that's fine with me. That's right. Yeah, I'm doing good. I was kind of like sitting back a little bit, just casually looking at the draft, and somebody picked Dark Willow, and I kind of just shot up in my seat a bit. This is
yeah, very interesting opening from Keen Gaming. Not what we're used to seeing from them. This isn't like some kind of new meta they've figured out. This is Nature's Prophet and Dark Willow, 2 heroes. We've seen a lot of Prophet. We have not seen a lot of Willow.
I know Crit's been playing it for a decent amount for EG at the moment as well, especially MDL Macau. So I haven't really seen anybody else playing it. Be interesting to see what they go for. It's kind of similar draft to yesterday, but with a little bit of different flavour to it at the same time. Like this, did we see this Lone Druid yesterday at all? I don't think we did.
No, not really. Lone Druid has not been one of the heroes we've been seeing regularly, so both teams picking up something new.
How does Divine Favour work on the bear?
It works very well. Yeah, it works like it's a creep. Yeah.
Oh God. Okay.
So that is that's one thing which everybody said, like, oh, this is going to be really OP when it came out, and then nobody picked it. So this is going to be the first time I've seen it in a competitive game, though.
Do you reckon they're going to do the Divine Favour strat, but instead of a catapult, they're going to do the bear, where they just all buff up the bear like we did in a pub? Where they pick, like, Invoker, Ogre, just buff up the bear build?
seems possible. I hope so, to be honest.
That'd be great.
That'd probably be more applicable than our idea, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, Blind Druid's so good, especially when you have, like in the first phase of the draft, you could pick it up. It can play mid lane. It can play safe lane. It can play off lane if you really want it to. In terms of like, it can be put in that lane and still have some kind of farm priority. So it's a very flexible hero where it can go in terms of being a core. So it means when you pick it up this early on in the draft, you get to see more of the opponent's draft before you have to pick your other course, which is really nice.
Yeah, that's always a bonus.
I'm just interested to see how well this Dark Willow does, because I haven't seen too much of it in quite a long time. Crit's been owning with it, but Crit's crit, so
he's not like a good marker for whether a hero is good or not, because yeah, you see Crit play something and you're like, oh, I could do that, and then you cannot do that.
His Troll Warlord's super good as well. He just spamming it in pubs before. Amazing.
Oh, does he play it for?
No, he plays it as a core, but he was just amazing.
Okay, well, now we know.
So I just want to look at some of the bans as well this game. We saw the Kaká Rubik yesterday, obviously owning. I got taken out first phase by Royal Never Give Up. Same as the Keeper of the Light. They both played it for one game before it got banned out in their third game yesterday. So they are adapting a little bit to each other. Obviously, we saw a Life Stealer as well between these two. It's been banned out.
Yeah,
I think we saw a Viper as well.
This is pretty much going to be like a best of 7, near enough. Because they've just played each other and now they're playing each other again today. Like a best of 7 with a long break in between is essentially what this is.
Yeah, I guess so. So, and the thing is, like with this Nature's Prophet as well, you could play it off lane, you could play it as your 5. Nature's Prophet Willow sounds like as a support duo sounds okay. They don't really rotate necessarily too well, but with the Prophet just TPing in, I guess it's not too bad. You just need some kind of like setups done, I feel like, at the moment, if you're going to be running this Prophet as a 5. You don't really want to initiate with a Willow. It doesn't really work.
No, you need something else. You need something else. Jump in and fear everybody. Wow. Not the ideal initiation here.
They all run away,
I'm sure they'll
and you can't catch up with them. That's, that's it.
What's your favorite combos with the Dark Willow Ultimate? Because obviously, Coil with Aghanims is pretty neat.
Yes, that was one I was going to say with the puck. Well, Rupture's really funny if you've ever seen that.
Yeah, Rupture's really
have you seen the Ruptured Sakuchi Weaver that gets terrorized? And he just flies off and dies. It's amazing. That was before they changed it so that Rupture didn't kill people.
Damn it. If only you could use Surge on enemies. It'd be such a buff to Bloodseeker Darkseer. Imagine like in like those super low skill games, like with new players and stuff. Like, I'd make a Smurf just to do that. With like you and me, we can make some Smurfs, just go into pub games and just like. Because I remember when I first started playing and there was a Bloodseeker on the enemy team and I had no idea what was going on. And I would just keep on running back to my fountain until I died every time. And my whole team was doing this until eventually we figured out, like, wait a minute, if we move, we die. Ah, okay. This makes sense now.
When I was younger, me and my brother used to play Dota together. I used to bully him by just rushing Radiance first on Ricky. And he didn't know what to do because he didn't know what sentries were. So I just ran him around and just burn away at him. It was great.
Did he still speak to you?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
a little bit.
Right. A little bit.
He's
got that look in his eyes, though. I remember what you did to me. Does he still play Dota?
He does a little bit, yeah. Not a huge amount, but
okay.
He's enjoying life. It's fine. I reckon they're going to pick some kind of jump here on Royal Never Give Up. Like you have this trend to secure the lane. Yeah, okay. Like this is really good. Again, it's one of these flex picks where it can play as a 4. You would assume Arfu's going to play it as the 4, but it could still be a core as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm not even sure I consider Tiny a flex pick anymore. Like it gives you the option, but like it's not something we see often enough. And I guess we see it at 3 every now and again. But right now, I think you need those auras. You need those kind of either auras or heroes which just dominate the lane. And I guess Tiny can be that in some matchups, but I don't know. We'll see. Keen Gaming, though, they go for the Weaver, the little bug man coming into play. And I mean, I feel like Tiny should counter Weaver just because he's got this massive stick, which just looks like one big fly swatter, and you can just imagine him thwacking down on a bug with that and just completely annihilating its life. But obviously, that is not the case.
Doesn't Dark Willow counter Weaver, though, because he's holding like a bright lantern that Weaver's just going to want to walk towards all the time?
That's true. That's true.
So,
and
like,
Tiny
is it not just going to hurt his teammate?
Because when she throws that ball over to him, he can just bat it straight back again.
Oh, that's true.
That should be a hero, just like a guy with a baseball bat who just like whacks back any projectile.
I think we see the Tiny more as a mid than an offlaner these days. We saw old 11 play it as an offlane yesterday, but you don't. Yeah, like you say, you don't really see it as a 3 ever anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen it mid a whole lot, but you know, it's as you say, it is a flex pick. It can go in these situations if needed, but more often than not, we do see it in the floor positions. So,
what do you pick as your? Would you pick something like a Tide here, maybe? It's
I'm always tempted by a Tide, but I don't like it versus Weaver, especially with that mana break talent. It really kind of messes with him.
Like Darks here, maybe.
Probably looking for the Centaur. I think that looks really good this game.
Yeah, it's okay.
Gives you some jump for the Weaver. Oh, that's not what I expected at all.
I think more catch is fine though against this like heroes like this Weaver.
Yeah, right. Like the heavy lockdown which Shaman gives you could be really key versus this Weaver. Forces him into building some super defensive items as well, which is really nice because you don't want to have a Weaver in your game who's just allowed to rush like Diffusal or something and just mess with your life. Basically, it's not fun.
It looks like a really good Weaver game though at the moment. Apart from the Shaman being a little bit annoying.
5 seconds remaining.
Like, this whole Shaman pick though, it gives them catch, but it also helps with their push potential with the Chen and the Lone Druid. You shove the wards down as well. They have a really high tempo lineup at the moment where they'll never give up. If they do for this bear build and they go for like the Radiance, as soon as that Radiance comes online, they should be looking to just fight at the moment. But luckily for Keen Gaming, they do have a decent team fight kind of lineup. I still think they're lacking a little bit of catch, which I would be worried about. But
on Keen, yeah.
On Keen, yeah. So especially for like heroes like the Shadow Shaman and things, you want to be able to try and like bring them down at the start of the fight by jumping the backlines. But Keen Gaming don't really have that.
I'm up for a Yi Puck right now. That's what I'm feeling mostly.
Puck's banned.
Oh no, by themselves as well.
So like Queen of Pain, pretty rubbish against Lone Druid in mid lane.
Yeah,
rubbish
you
against Tiny in mid lane.
By those two, and it doesn't offer you any lockdown either. It's good jump, but it's not like any kind of if you've got a Weaver and a Prophet in your team, then you're going to need to jump in and make space for these two to actually get into the fight and join you because.
Mm-hmm.
Especially looking at these heroes, Lone Druid, you're not going to be able to burst on your own. Tiny as well. He's not going to go down easily enough, so you need to have a bit of lockdown on this mid laner, I feel. I'm just trying to think of what that could be.
I think Royal Never Give Up pick some kind of... They could either pick something like a DK,
5 seconds remaining.
Or they could pick some kind of like DK Aura Builder.
Oh yeah, Kunkka would have been another good one. They banned that out on Royal Never Give Up. Smart moves.
Catch.
Yeah. All right, RNG though. They're the next ones to pick. What do they need? It looks like it's going to be Lone Druid on the... Hey, what do you know? It is
it's
Tiny
going to be a Lone Druid 1. I think it's going to be a Tiny 2, and they pick some kind of like Crimson Pipe Builder here.
10 seconds.
So like, I'm not sure what.
I'm not sure I need the Pipe against this team. Definitely the Crimson would be nice though. Really good Crimson game actually. Yeah. Especially like it helps negate the Elder Titan's aura with the Crimson Guard because obviously it gives you the extra tankiness, which won't be destroyed by that Astral aura.
Okay, or not.
Ooh, all right.
That's your Crimson Builder.
Yep. Classic Ember Crimson. Who knows? Maybe he's going to build Greaves and Atos like we see everybody doing on weird heroes these days.
That's interesting though. But again, it kind of shows that like the lack of lockdown that Keen Gaming have, it kind of abuses that. We were saying that
it does, yeah.
They can't really deal with like the Shadow Shaman, for instance, very well. Never mind something like an Ember, which is just going to be super mobile, playing the map. Just opening up the map, trying to split push more. And especially when you're against Nature's Prophet as well, having this hero that can just TP around and try and catch him before he TPs away is always nice.
Okay,
they don't have any time on Keen.
Yeah, they really have to struggle with this pick, and they're going to go for the OD. Okay, well, a hard counter for the Ember Spirit in the mid lane is considered. Although I have seen some Ember Spirits lane against him just fine, but Monet is picking up the Ember Spirit for the time being.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Setsu's playing the Tiny as well.
Yeah.
So it's going to be position 3 Druid. I mean, we talked about it at the start. It's possible if you want to.
Yeah. I mean, this is really interesting.
I think it's
maybe forced into a bit of an odd situation by this OD pick. I'm not sure if this is what they wanted.
I think it's more important that you give your Ember a good game here, though, if you've picked it. I don't think you can let it lane against the OD. You just have to let the Tiny just sit there and try and deal with it. Like, it's not too bad of a lane matchup. Obviously, it's OD favoured, I feel, but especially early on, the Tiny should get a decent amount of CS with the tree throw.
Yeah, for sure. But, you know, melee
Tree grab.
heroes versus OD, never the ideal situation. I don't know. Maybe they will still put the lone druid mid and Flyby is just a better druid player.
Yeah, they could.
I'd find it really weird if they didn't put the druid mid versus OD, because obviously he used to be a hard counter to OD. Now he does win the matchup, but it's not like a good old stomping like we used to see. But still, I really can't see a Tiny doing, like, once Yi hits like level 3 on the OD, I really can't see Tiny getting a looking in this lane. But maybe I'm wrong.
I hope they do what you said. I think they'll put the lone druid mid. I mean, that would be the ideal situation, you would assume. But who knows, to be honest.
Who knows?
Chinese Dota is a
indeed.
crazy place.
Yep, yeah, it certainly is. It's they kind of developed their own little meta over there, because obviously they don't scrim together with the Western teams that much, you know. So we kind of get looking into this microcosm of Dota here, which these two teams are playing, and obviously grand finals. You know, this is when all the strats have to come out. This is when you got to throw everything down and give it everything you got to make it to. And you know, this is a trip to ESL Mumbai. You know, got to ride in a tuk-tuk. I'm into it.
Yeah, very true.
You ever have you ever seen a tuk-tuk?
I haven't seen one in person, no, but I know what they look like.
Very.
But yeah, I was just saying, look at this mid again. Like, it's the fastest hero goes and puts the ward down mid now. That's the new meta. So Weaver has Sakuchi, rushes to the mid lane, off he goes.
All right, so it does look like Flyby is going to be on this druid in the middle lane, as expected. So yeah, it is just going to be like a preference that Flyby is obviously the more confident player. Now Mone's actually down bottom on the Ember at the moment. And Setsu on top on the Tiny. This might be some lane dodging shenanigans. It's kind of hard to figure out, but I mean, Tiny's great versus Prophet. There's no doubt about that.
I think they've realised that there's probably going to be a tri lane coming out from King Gaming with this like Weaver, Elder Titan, and Dark Willow. So the Ember really wants to dodge it, and they just put the Tiny up there. You see the Bears doing a really good job at the moment of just scouting around. They don't even have to commit a hero for it.
Is that an emote you get with the Arcana?
No idea.
That's some next level stuff. Anyway, I am fully distracted here. All right, so we'll see if there's any last minute TPs coming out before we do rate my lane. And
I mean,
is this getting dewarded?
This
Why
is really
Dark
good for
got shared
RNG.
I mean, Yi had them as well, so they're not putting any crazy shenanigans, but yeah, Dark has shared tangos right now. What a greedy 4 position.
Oh no, I think the Dark Willow probably gave some to the OD as well.
Oh yeah, the Dark.
That would be my guess.
Yeah, the poor Willow. She's just like charity case.
Or
I don't even know who he's got
Dark's,
these from.
They might have thought that Dark's going to be having to trade more in the bot lane, so they just gave him more regen.
All right, I don't even understand anymore. I'm not going to hypothesize about that any longer. It's Karkar has apparently bought just loads and loads of tangos. So
no, I think it's just that. Okay, and then look at bot lane a sec first, because he's getting smacked down.
What yeah. That Divine Favor helping out a bit just to help his regen coming in. All right, I think it's time. We seem to have our lane session, so it's time for Rate My Lane with Mo Farah. Firstly, we've got the bottom lane, where we have Nature's Prophet, Dark, versus... Actually, I should probably say the heroes. Never mind, Monet's getting his ass beaten again by this pesky Elder Titan. So he keeps on refreshing that Astral Spirit. And this guy, he's the king of tri-lanes, dude. Like, you put him versus a tri-lane, and he's just going to completely blow this stuff wide open. Alright, so we've got a Nature's Prophet and an Elder Titan versus a Shadow Shaman, a Chen, and an Ember Spirit. Who's favored?
I mean, I would have said... Oh, hang on, let me just decide in a second. One sec. Okay, no. Well, I would have said before the ET came down, obviously the tri-lane would win, but like you said, ET's the king of tri-lanes, even if he's on the other side. So, I think they should be fine down here on the Radiant. They should, do pretty well, at least draw. So that's a win, when you don't have the numbers advantage.
A 10 out of 10 lane where you think it's evenly matched. Alrighty then, over in the middle lane, we have the Outlaw Devourer versus the Lone Druid. What level of competitive are you giving this lane?
Oh, this is definitely Lone Druid favoured, I would say, but it's pretty close. Right, probably like an 8.
Oh, an 8. Wow. Okay.
Oh,
Dark just suicides on the tower. No biggie.
Look
Normal
at the courier. Radiant courier. It's coming. Arfu has an Invis rune.
No.
Oh, this is so good.
No.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
He just
the shark. The courier shark.
He has a salve on OD, but he's going to have to pop it now. And then he's got one tango left to work with for the next 2 minutes.
Yikes. Yeah, this is going to be real tough for him in this lane. I mean, this is just no regen versus a druid. This guy is going to ruin his day. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, I did see Setsu getting low here, but I also saw him in the tree, so I wasn't expecting him to die. But apparently, he does just get caught out by old chicken here. So that's going to be first blood. Tiny going down in the top lane.
Yeah, it's not too surprising. I think up against this Weaver especially, it's a really good matchup for the Weaver. I was going to say this lane up here is definitely Radiant favoured by quite a way.
Yeah. I think this is
and
probably...
now that Chen's moved top lane as well, Radiant should effectively do well in all 3 lanes.
Yeah. I'm surprised they've moved the Shaman, honestly. I feel like even though the Elder Titan is doing work down here, I still think you need to secure Monet.
I don't think the Shaman does anything in this bot lane, though. Like, he can't really go up and hit them. Like, the trees and the ET are just going to hit harder.
Gives him kill potential. And Prophet is not a tanky guy. Like, 6 armor. It's a lot, but with the magic damage, it should be enough. Ooh, Avatos comes in, and Old Chicken is taken care of, and the Willow dropping quite low as well. Needs to back himself
Shackles in one.
way up. Arfu ready. There comes a Shackles. Setsu, he's got a toss as well, and this is going to be another kill. Ooh, no, never mind. Stick in the air. Aerial stick, 10 out of 10 for style points, but now Setsu's actually getting it turned around him. It's Old Chicken chasing him down. He's going to have another Scoochie in 3 seconds, though. He's looking towards Arfu instead. Can he actually get both of these? Yeah, he's going forwards for Setsu here, and he's going to find him with his Scoochie. Now running back, looking towards Arfu. Is he? No, he's focusing.
I think Setsu kind of double back there, and maybe, attempting to maybe help with Shaman, and it did not work. Chen had a wild wing Ripper down in the bot lane. And he was trying to summon, just use this tornado in the lane to abuse, but the Titan just stomped it. He was like, absolutely not. Get out my lane. But with the 2 points in Holy Persuasion, this Wild Wing's going to cause problems. Gives so much armor.
Bonus 3 armor. Thank you very much.
Almost as good as an 8 armor frost shield creep, but
Man, there's a lot of aggression up in this top lane, and Satsu comes forwards once again. Arfu waiting in the wings, but both of them going to get caught by these roots, doing a ton of work right now. They're trying to turn it around, and they will get the kill onto the Dark Willow, but now Setsu is alone versus this Weaver. He does not have a TP either, so I think this might be a dead Setsu. It's going to be a long, slow death, but eventually, Old Chicken will just run him down here. There is no help coming in quickly enough. Right click, going to get the bounty. Oh, he can't. Old Chicken's going to reap his rewards here.
Yeah, look at the CS chart at the moment. This Tiny he's died 3 times already.
Yep.
And he's only got 10 CS. This Tiny is not having a fun time.
No, that is not pleasant. But meanwhile, in the mid lane, things looking a little bit brighter for Keen Gaming as their Outward Devourer is looking pretty happy.
Look at the denies the Radiant side have between them on the 3 cores. Oh.
Sorry, I kind of cursed you here, buddy. Well, they're getting busy on him here with Arfu, Lanham, and Flyby all coming in for this one, but now the Weaver rotates in. Not the hero you expect to see this early on in the game, but he gets the Sakuchi through all 3 of them. Arfu dropping really low here. They will use the Roar to chase away Old Chicken. Is it going to be enough, though? I'm not sure it is. The courier comes in, and... well,
Monet died.
He did indeed.
Well, it's just been...
all alone.
The problem is, when these 2 supports leave the bot lane, he cannot do anything here. He just gets chased down by this Nature's Prophet and ET.
That I may not falter in my flight.
At least with the Weaver leaving the top lane, Tiny should have a little bit of space.
That's true. A little bit.
Yeah, I'm not very much, but a little bit.
Not very long, probably. But
oh, mid lane again. Going on the OD.
Yeah, he's nearly actually takes down Arfu with him. Arfu has to back himself
Can
away.
he get a
With the
root?
Astral, I don't think they're going to get anything. He is level 6, isn't he? I'm just checking this one. He has leveled up the bear, because there we go. He finally gets a root onto the Weaver. Ooh, Shaman wasn't quite close enough to get those shackles in on time. If he had, that certainly would have been a dead Weaver.
Yeah, the root reveals invis, so he still saw him right until the end of that. He was halfway through the animation for shackles. Which he does have 2 points in, by the way. Different kind of build on this Arfu Shaman. We usually see the 2-0-1 or like a 1-1-1 build.
Yeah, Obviously feeling the lockdowns necessary. Meanwhile, Dark in the bottom lane being chased down by Monet. RNG looking for this kill. I feel like they need it. They need Monet to have a good game here, but he's not going to find it. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, Setsu gets brought down again by Kaka and Old Chicken as they just continue to lay on the pressure onto this Tiny. So top lane, it's a bit of a gravestone up there. No one's really alive anymore on the side of RNG. Bottom lane, Monet, he's actually still losing to the Prophet despite everything. So pretty painful.
They're going to go bot lane again. The Shaman's getting TP'd in, I think.
Yep.
Oh,
it's actually the Tiny, and they don't close the gap on Old 11 here, so he's just going to TP himself away and say, yep, you guys do what you want down here. I wouldn't even consider this a win for the Dire in the bottom lane, so... Oh, Shackle's out in the mid lane. They're going on to Yi here, and now the root comes in. Throw in a Raw as well. Yi dropping low, dropping low. They're going to need a couple more hits, but the bear is not in range, and he is going to survive. Meanwhile, Flyby gets taken down by Old Chicken, Kaka, and Old 11, so Keen Gaming, once again, just outmaneuvering RNG in every available opportunity so far. It's really feeling rough for RNG as they're just trying to make some movements happen around the map. Alright, surely they can get Dark here, but there's a lot of heroes coming in. Old Chicken coming in on the back line. Setsu doesn't have a lot of health left as the Shackles come out onto Dark, and they don't find the kill, and so much damage from that Wrath of Nature. Arfu trying to run away. Old Chicken gonna run him down here. Kaka says hello, not gonna steal the kill though. Monet gets himself back, and that's gonna be that. Keen Gaming, once again, RNG go for a kill in the bottom lane, chase it too hard, and Keen Gaming just pull down their pants and give their bottom a hard slap.
The thing with the way the lanes were set up this game, Keen Gaming had much better lanes with when all the dust settled. Well, what? They're going again.
Oh, Monet in
Ember's
some
level 4.
trouble. He doesn't have a way to get out of this. The Searing Chains will hold still Old Chicken, but not for long as he continues to chase down. Lanham is just watching here as he can't do a thing whilst Monet gets chased under tower. It's going to survive. The Divine Favor helps out a lot there. That health regen basically keeping him alive there, but still, Keen Gaming force him back, do a lot of damage, and put some pressure onto the tower in the process.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, with how the lanes were set up, you can understand why RNG are trying to make these aggressive plays across the map, though, right? Like, you see the Shaman and the Chen, like, wandering around. Like, the Chen's trying to TP people in all the time to find kills. Because if they leave the lanes as static as they were, they're not going to find anything in this laning stage. They're going to fall further and further behind. So they're desperately trying to make things happen. They've gone on this OD mid 3 times, and he's got out on low health every single time.
Yeah,
it's really unfortunate, but...
Doesn't feel too good. Well, they've caught themselves a bug. The Shackles are out inside the Sakuchi, and it's going to run off as well, and he is just taken care of. Bug equals squished. So Monet gets half health by the Wrath of Nature. Very good, very nice. Oh, okay.
This is fair. And that was then an arcane rune, Wrath of Nature, by the way.
Money,
it wasn't.
Money.
Never mind.
Oh,
Sad
poor
times.
efficiency.
He might take this tower, though. Yeah, he gets it.
There you go. The treeing up the bed to stop him coming in for the deny. Very nicely done by Old 11 there. Up in the top lane, in a bit of trouble on the Tiny. Once again, they find him in the trees and they take him down. Keen Gaming punishing anybody. This top lane is just... It's a quarantined area for the Dire.
Yeah, this Tiny's not having a game so far.
And you got to stay away.
He's got 6 deaths on the Tiny in like 11 minutes.
Yep.
That's really sad.
Is he right here? He's got remnants available, I guess. He's got phase boots as well, so he's just going to outpace this Weaver.
Yeah, he's fine.
Not going to force anything out of him.
I love how they've put the Nature's Prophet mid against the lone Druid now, because they know that OD can't really stay there. Because it's such a hard... Like, the OD is so much more susceptible to getting ganked by heroes like the Shaman and whatnot, just rotating in. So
Setsu closing the gap onto the OD here. He's looking for the toss back. He's going to throw him to the catapult as in comes the Ember Spirit, but it's a slow TP. Arfu is there for the catch, but Willow is also in behind him. Can they finish off Yi in time? Doesn't look like it, and now comes in the Bedlam doing a ton of damage. They blow up Arfu. Yi getting low. They will find the kill with the Sleight of Fist, but Setsu in trouble as well. The Avalanche doing a lot of work, but he just gets punched in the face by Dark. Kaka goes down as well, so it is going to be a 2-for-2 trade up here in the top lane, which does favor RNG because they did manage to take down that Outward Devourer.
If I was an RNG player there and the OD got out again for a 4th time in a row, I probably would have just called GG and gone next.
This guy is just, yeah.
I'd have been so angry.
We're supposed to have the RNG.
But yeah, he's actually gone for a different kind of Ember build to what we've been seeing recently. A lot of the players that we've been watching have been going for this max Sleight of Fist build.
Old Lemon's got his Midas, and he just took a very long time to use it. He wants the catapults as well. He's chasing them down. Very nice.
Yeah, we usually see this max Sleight of Fist build at the moment with 1, maybe 2 points in Flame Guard before they max out Chains, but Mane's gone for just the max flame guard build, which is what we used to see all the time.
Taking it back old school style. I mean, I guess the magic shield really helps against being run down by Weaver and also the damage which OD can throw out onto him, so I understand it in that sense. Meanwhile, Snakes are out onto Old 11 here, but he immediately breaks through them and gets himself away thanks to the Astral. Meanwhile, Fear comes out onto Tiny, not before he gets the Avalanche off though. Mane needs to dodge this Sleight of Fist, with Sleight of Fist, but decides to just stun up his Tiny instead, because he's that kind of guy. Now looking towards Dark, well, he will get the chains off. Run forward, Stomp coming through, but the Astral actually interrupts the Stomp. A little bit of
it's the Weaver though.
Perhaps. Yeah, Weaver coming in, Sanities comes down as well. Immediate Hand of God to heal them back up afterwards. Arfu in some trouble. He's going to die to the Earth Splitter. Now we'll look for more. Well, Chicken, he's actually distracted by some snakes. Delicious. Now looks towards Lanham. Yeah, Lanham, he's just going to get stunned up here, and Old Chicken is free to just bash away at the guy and does find the kill. Now, this tower is going to be the reward for Keen Gaming for taking this fight up here at top. A bit of a messy one. RNG, it could have gone worse, and meanwhile their Lone Druid is just farming down here in bottom. Has he got this Midas? He does indeed. Okay, so he's got the Midas. He's going for the Radiance next. Is this too slow?
I mean, it's 13.5 minutes, and he's got 500 gold on top of his Midas. That's not where you want to be as a Lone Druid. You want to be sitting on top of the net worth chart. You want to be, you know, the highest farming net worth core in the game. Yeah. It's not worked out like that, unfortunately.
And he won his lane, but thanks to a bunch of failed rotations from RNG, unfortunately, he does not feel like he won his lane right now as the... Well, I guess the OD is 700 gold behind him, but he just feels so much scarier.
The mid lane wasn't the problem, though, this game. Like, both the side lanes got won really hard by Keen, so... Good rotations by them, and unfortunately, yeah, all the RNG rotations just didn't pay off in the early game, unfortunately. If they had, then this game would have been feeling a little bit different, it feels like.
Absolutely, but it's a good, it's a good learning point for a lot of people who are watching as well. You know, if you do win or lose all your lanes, or if you do lose your side lanes even, then you do need to make something happen. You know, you do need to go and make these rotations, take these fights. RNG did absolutely the right thing. Unfortunately, it just didn't work out for them this game. But hey, there's still plenty of time left in the game, and these rotations have kept them in it. They're going on to the OD here once again. Lanham and Arfu trying to close down the gap. They TP and Setsu as well. The Wrath of Nature ripping through, doing a bit. Is it enough? And they actually toss the wrong person forward. Lanham's like, I don't want to be here. I don't do anything. And he is going to get himself away. And meanwhile, the rotations from Keen Gaming coming in. The
it's the Prophet.
Ward 11 trapped inside the wards once again, but it doesn't matter as Arfu's taken down. They're just trying to buy some time. Lanham, that was an optimistic TP. He's going to get his tubes grated in the trees. And Keen Gaming once again punishing RNG for failing these ganks. I mean, it's just small things, you know. If you toss the Chen forwards when you're meant to toss the Shaman. You know, Chen needs to get himself out there. Setsu needs to say, I'm wanting to toss a Shaman. Shaman needs to get it nice and close. You know, just a couple of things. If one of those had done one of those things, then that wouldn't have happened.
That was just bad execution more than anything, unfortunately.
Agreed.
Like, it's just a bad toss, that's all. Otherwise, they would have got the kill.
Yeah, as I said, they're going for the right players. They're going for the right rotations. Unfortunately, they have just been poorly
It's the butterfly effect as well, right? Like, wherever you'd have got the OD kill there, he'd have been off the map for a little while. Like, anything could have happened here. Old 11's getting gone on in the bot lane, though.
Yep, they're going for another kill, and he's going to throw down this tree. Meanwhile, Old Chicken comes in. Can at least finish off Old 11? The Astral, again, doing so much work to just save hero after hero, as down comes the Sanity's Eclipse. They're wanting to chase Hetsu, and he's trying to run the trees here, but there's no escape. Meanwhile, the TP forwards, Old 11, nice trees done by him to stop the Ember being able to just simply Quelling Blade out of them. But unfortunately, he still have this remnant up, and Old Chicken's going to say, yeah, no shrine for you. I'm going to bully you off the shrine as well.
Why?
So Monet keeps on running.
Why did Arfu not just use shackles on the Nature's Prophet? I don't really get it.
Go fish.
I'm a little bit bamboozled.
Uh-oh. Well, you might have a very intimate meeting with the... X is a treant. Alright.
Are they...
So maybe a little bit...
Are they okay?
Getting a little bit hot and bothered here on the side of RNG. You know how it is. With a tilt mania coming through.
Flyby's getting gone on top as well. This is the guy that can't die.
I mean, his bear's life stealing for him a bit. It's doing a great job of keeping him alive, actually, but it doesn't matter. He's
the
down
splitter.
the same, and the split Earth is coming down. The Elder Titan doing the damage with the Wrath of Nature as well. Keen Gaming clean up everybody in the top lane. It was looking bad for RNG, but now it's looking awful as just failed gank, failed rotation, and Keen Gaming finding everything and more from every rotation they make.
Do you remember after the last series we cast yesterday where we said they should just go and get smashed afterwards? Where they should just go and get drunk, like after the game. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
I feel like, at the moment, the way the game's being played, I feel like one of the teams took our advice.
All right.
And the other one stayed at home. I don't know. RNG is just like misusing their spells all the time, and
It's not what we expect from these high-tier teams. They're definitely looking for a better performance from them, to be honest. But, you know, game one, you know, first game of the day, warm-up game. I always lose my first game of the day, so...
every time.
Yeah, it's important. You got to humble yourself.
I think you lose the second, third, and fourth as well, don't you?
You know, I've got to those are the days I really need to humble myself.
All right, okay.
I just wake up feeling like a god, and I'm right. Got to go lose some dope.
Setsu mid. I think I'm just gonna leave him. They spare him this time.
He DM'd one of them saying, "Oh, send your nudes if you let me live." All right. Let's be good. Lone Druid is making his way towards his Radiance, but yeah. It's a long journey. It's a long journey. Mid tower going to be deconstructed, taken down.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Like they just need to hit this timing with the Radiant Spare on RNG where they... Oh, this Chen is getting chased.
Tarkar's going for the solo kills, dude. He's feeling
himself.
Yeah, exactly. Old 11 TP's in, steals it from him. Meanwhile, Arfu just gets annihilated by Old 11 here. He doesn't even have any damage items, but he's just hitting like a truck somehow.
I mean, he has a Vlad's, so he's getting a little bit, but he's hitting so hard on this Nature's Prophet.
Yeah,
jeez.
He's just got not a lot of natural damage. Just a fat, just big boy, big hits.
The thing is, like, as well, if you look at the Dire side, right, they have this Ember and they have this Lone Druid that both need to farm at this point. Like, they can't really fight, especially with the build that Monet went for. Like, the reason we've been seeing this max Sleight of Fist build first is because you just go phase drums and run at people, right? If this Tiny has a bad game, which he has so far, like, he got owned in that top lane, then who's controlling the tempo for the Dire side?
Yeah.
Like, they don't have anybody because these other two cores really need the farm. So they can't be fighting. Tiny can't fight because he hasn't got anything. I
mean, that's just a tiny effect, though. You know, he did make the rotations in the early game. It's not like he wasn't trying to find... I love this wall they've created, by the way. The Great Wall of China just across the Roshan pit. Try and steal our Aegis now. Oh, he goes in for it. Monet making the plays, but unfortunately he doesn't get it. I mean, you gotta try, don't you? You go there. Might take down Dark. All right, they take down Dark. Monet does die horribly for it. Setsu dropping low as well. You gotta take him down. Now they'll look towards the Ember Spirit as well. Ato's out onto him, and they will finish him off. But GG is called. You had to go for it. You had to make the plays. Monet looking to get to the front page of Reddit, but unfortunately we'll just get to the bottom page of this set. As they do drop the first game in this series, which due to the one game advantage, puts them at 0-2 for RNG. So only one game away from defeat. That's pretty scary.
To be fair, like, I understand that, like, what RNG are doing there. Like, they're so far behind, they have to make a play in that Roche pit. If it goes badly, they've lost the game anyway. So they might as well just, like, make a play. Like, if they get Aegis on the King Gaming side, you're not going to stop them. But
I mean, not just from a casting perspective, not just because I want to see stick Aegis steals and, you know, dank 420 Sleight of Fist to kill Roshan, but, you know, that... You're so far behind. You can't give up the Roshan. You can't contest the Roshan, so all you can do is go in for the steal. If it doesn't pay off, GG out, tap it out, boys. You know, clearly they had this discussion beforehand and said, all right, they're going to try Rosh at some stage. You know, we have good Rosh steal potential with the Ember Spirit, and we can shove a Lone Druid Bear into there as well. You know, Tiny's got himself a Blink. Let's see what happens. And unfortunately, that was the final straw for Royal Never Give Up.
I don't really understand the Ember pick this game, though, right? Where you see this first pick Nature's Prophet from King Gaming. You know they're going to want to play fast tempo. Like, Old 11 loves doing this, where he just TPs around the map, finds kills all the time. If you're going to pick this Lone Druid Ember, you have to make sure your other lanes do well. And they can't. Like, these two heroes can catch up afterwards, like with this max flame gun and stuff. And if your lanes start losing, you can't just sit back and just try and farm on both of them still. Like, I think Monet has to either adjust his skill build, where he goes for this max Sleight of Fist, and just runs around trying to fight. But they have to be able to keep up with this fast tempo that Keen are going to be doing, and they've done it almost every single game we've cast of them so far. Like, you've got to match it, or at least get close to it to try and fight early on. Otherwise, the tide just swings so quickly into Keen Gaming's favour.
Yeah, you know, as I said, RNG making the right movements, but unfortunately not finding the right results. Maybe partly due to some unfortunate circumstances, but definitely when the tides turned in against them, they started making some unforced errors, which you absolutely cannot do in these games, especially against teams like Keen Gaming, who have proven themselves plenty of times to be a pretty admirable team. Already
So one more. Like, if these early ganks had paid off, this game could have been completely different, but we will never know, unfortunately. It's very sad.
We will never know unless we go and replay the game move by move. Alrighty then, that is going to be the second. No, actually, technically, I don't know. How do you even say this? It's the first game, but then like the second score, or I don't know. Either way, it's 2-0 for Keen Gaming now in this best of 5, so they're one game away from victory. This could be a very short best of 5 indeed. We join us next game, as we'll see if Roll Never Give Up can take 3 games in a row of Keen Gaming. It's possible, but if they play like this again, it's certainly not. But hopefully they have a team talk, you know, they have a little bit of a scrum, you know, slap each other in the bum and say, all right, come on, let's next game, let's bring our A game. That wasn't the RNG. We know we can play like, let's bring some Dota. And I'm looking forward to it, because I think they will be able to do that. You know, a team with Lanham in it, you can never put them down. So, next game coming up very shortly. Don't go anywhere. My name's Nomad. He's been Mo Farah, and we'll see you after a short break.
This arena is about ready to explode. Welcome to ESL 1. Let's get this started. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go.
Grabbing up the epicenter, comes in. Oh, it's a big one as well. Look at this damage. The BKB, the Black are ready to go. GG.
Think he can't shine through the dark? Stream a Roshan steal in high resolution? And record a play for the history books? Watch this. Think he can't make a victory go viral? Watch this. Think a support can't be in the spotlight? Watch this. On Intel Core i7, a legend can rewrite his own legacy. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7.
Remember where it started. Your first experiences. The journey you traveled. The journey you love. Remember where it started. And imagine where it will go. Rise on.
You're not weak. Your mind is always racing. It never rests. So let the earth quake as you break through.
Previously on ESL 1 Birmingham.
What a dream way to begin the day.
And now, we continue. Get ready for the Birmingham Brawl.
It's time! There is no place like home. Universe goes down. Look at the swing.
Asher coming in with the combo. GG is called.
ESL 1 Birmingham 2019.
Think he can't shine through the dark? Stream a Roshan steal in high resolution? And record a play for the history books? Watch this. Think he can't make a victory go viral? Watch this. Think a support can't be in the spotlight? Watch this. On Intel Core i7, a legend can rewrite his own legacy. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7.
Remember where it started. Your first experiences. Remember where you came from. The journey you traveled. The journey you loved. Remember where it started. And imagine where it will go. Rise on.
No matter what your passion is, soccer, rugby, racing, or esports, become a part of the experience with the moments we deliver.
Hello and welcome back to the ESL 1 Mumbai Chinese Qualifier Grand Finals. The winner of this best of 5 is going to make it to Mumbai to take part in ESL 1 LAN event. With $300,000 on the line, it's not an event you want to be missing out on. And Keen Gaming, they're only one game away from it. And they've also managed to get the hero of the week. It is Vipu, the VIP-iper.
Yeah, RNG have had their team talk. They've had their huddle. They're pumped. They're ready to win 3 games in a row. This is it, boys. This is it. This is where we make our stance. What's that, 300? Where they're like in that little valley.
Well, the whole game is pretty much one speech, so I can't really give you one specific moment without giving you an hour and a half of conversation.
In 300, where there's like that moment where they're all like brigading that little small gap.
Yeah.
Against all the people running. It's like that. He's like, we will hold. This is fine. RNG have got this, I'm telling you. They first picked the Chen. I don't think the Chen was the problem last time. I think the Chen was moving people around the map really well. They were trying to utilize that hero really well, but it just didn't play out for them. Unfortunately, they've given away Kaka, his Rubik, and they've given away a Viper as well, which they played these heroes both super well yesterday.
And the response to this is Shadow Fiend.
Okay. I mean, SF versus Viper is a really volatile matchup where
yeah, that's a good one.
Whoever gets a gank off first, the other hero tends to win the mid lane really easily after that. As soon as SF loses his souls for the first time, the lane just becomes really difficult, especially when Viper gets level 6. He has the magic resistance on Viper as well. He'll probably build a hood or something.
5 seconds remaining.
And then all of a sudden, SF's in trouble. But again, this Rubik Viper is this whole thing about Keen wanting to play this early tempo, early aggression kind of lineup. So Royal Never Give Up know this is going to happen now. So they have to have answers to it this time. You can't afford to pick these 2 greedy cores like you did before. So I'm looking forward to them picking something, at least one core that can fight more than last game.
They should make an Arcana for Viper which give him legs. No other change to his model, just two big old legs coming down from the middle of his body. It's big naked legs. He kind of sprints around on them.
Okay.
Two massive legs, which he like kind of runs around the map on. That'd be amazing.
They're doing green strat anyway. It's fine.
Yeah, they are. They're dressed up. I love this. You want to get like
what the whole team?
yeah.
The whole of
team
just dressed in green
heroes, and they're all dressed in green as well, like green bandanas on.
10 seconds remaining.
It's like Matumba Man's hero pool.
Prophet and Earth Spirit have been banned though, so their options are limited.
Yeah, that's your Veno. It's a tree.
Wind Ranger, tree. Yeah, there's actually a lot of green heroes. I think it's the most common color in Dota.
Is it?
Either that or yeah, I think so.
There's Lone Druid. They could pick again. Necro. There's so many actually.
Lone Druid. He's
Tide Hunter.
Not Lone Druid green.
Like he's got like a green coat thing on, hasn't he?
I mean, it's got green detail, but I wouldn't call it green.
Okay, sorry.
I wouldn't call him a green hero.
Undying, Wraith King. We got loads.
Yeah. There's so many green heroes, honestly.
I like how they banned the Clockwork, by the way.
Yeah.
Do you remember that patch where everyone was just first picking Clock SF?
Yeah, that was fun.
I mean, a UK team got through to a final of an open qualifier with that strat, so...
Yikes, you know it's broken.
Yeah, you know there's something wrong with it.
I'll have you know, UK is well and truly on the esports map now, thanks to our boy T-Gov.
Yeah, very true. Shout out to T. Chaos Coach.
Right,
Kunka's an interesting pick, because now is it going to be Kunka mid?
Oh, yeah.
Are they going to play the Viper as like a safe laner or an off laner?
Yeah, I think Viper's mostly off lane and Kunka will be put in the mid.
Okay, I think they want the matchup against the SF with the Kunka.
Yeah.
Because he usually just, obviously does really well there. You get the double bracer as well for the extra magic resistance. Just tank up, have the really good base damage advantage. Like he should be able to get every single last hit and deny until SF uses razors. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Shadow Fiend take razors at level 1, to be honest. You can't really build up those souls until you hit to level 2 anyway.
Yeah. All right, then we'll never give up. Let's see what they've got to bring to the table. Their tournament lives, their ESL lives on the line here. Everything's
I want to see
a
right
Tusk.
Now.
Do you?
Yeah.
Snowball
they have kill
really
potential
nice.
mid. Yeah, Snowball save as well, like from like the X and things.
Yeah, I like
really nice. And I think they need some way of playing with this SF in the mid lane to get like good kills off. Like the Chen can TP people in as well when the Tusk comes. Oh. How much does this feel like yesterday when they picked Chen Rubik as their 2 support combo and they just didn't do anything?
Yeah. This feels very defensive, very backline heavy. The is it Fate's Edict, the second skill, is really good against all this magic damage at the moment. Oh, for sure. It's
I'm not saying it's a bad pick. I just don't see how they make plays across the map at the moment. Like they can't really make rotations very well. It's such like an awkward, like let's just stumble into the fight kind of thing. Like we're just falling down a flight of stairs before the fight starts. I like this Rubik Viper combo pick, by the way, for the extra magic damage amp. You throw the Nether Toxin down, you've got the Arcane Supremacy, Fadebolt just blows everybody up.
Rubik core, let's go.
Yeah, sure. As long as Kaka plays it, I don't mind. Kaka Rubik basically is a core anyway, let's be real. So
yeah, that's true. Feels like one. Every hero you pick, you got to be like, all right, well, Kaka's going to steal that ultimate at some point, so make sure it's not a good one.
And they're taking their time here in this second phase. Both teams have.
Yeah.
I assume they haven't. I don't think they've picked Dark's hero yet, so I'm still waiting for that to be seen. I mean, something like a Dazzle, if they want sustain for their push as well, might be okay. I'm imagining they might have wanted to pick Oracle themselves. So,
Dire team pick.
Let's see.
Oh, they did the Earth now. All right.
Well,
with pick 5.
Is this going to be a Viper support then?
I don't think so.
Support maybe.
I think the Earth is just going to be in the 1 position.
Yeah, I mean, I assume they've picked their 3 cores already, but I'm trying to think of like every single possibility.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, they could run the Kunka as support. I don't think
they could run as Ursa as a support and like the Rubik as a support. Like it's still. I mean, how often do we used to see like Kunka 4, for example? It used to be really popular.
Other than Viper, I've seen all of these heroes in the support role.
I know Zai has played offlane Kunka recently at ESL as well, at the Katowice. So it is, entirely possible that it could be Kunkka off lane and Viper mid still. It just, I think, imagine it's going to be Viper, Kunkka, Ursa, Tricore, and they can just decide the lane matchups however they want when the game starts, when they see the whole draft. And like, if you're Royal Never Give Up at the moment, how do you pick against this? Because you don't know which core is going in which lane. And can't think of a core that does well against all of them.
Yeah, they're very much lane dominating cores, all of them. I think this is Keen Gaming basically just slapping down, saying, all right, you know what? Your lanes have been weak. Now we're just going to pick complete lane dominating, mid dominating heroes. If you can't bring something good to this laning phase, this game is going to be over for you. This series is going to be over for you. This is a challenge by Keen Gaming, and Royal Never Give Up. Well, they respond with a Vengeful Spirit. I mean, you got those two auras colliding with each other with the presence of the Dark Lord, I believe it's called, from Shadow Fiend, and the Vengeance aura from Vengeful Spirit. So that's kind of nice, but again, this late game stuff, this is like level 15 or so until you're going to be maxing those out properly. I mean, maybe you might take it a little bit earlier, but I doubt it. So this is going to take a while to come online, and both these heroes as well in these core positions take a while to come online. And Keen Gaming's heroes definitely do not. Every one of these can run at you from whatever point in the game. They're happy to do so as long as they have a slight advantage. With these lane matchups so far, I'm feeling pretty good for Keen Gaming, to be honest.
To be fair, we did see Keen Gaming lose a game yesterday where they had really good lane advantage and then they just couldn't do anything afterwards.
That's true.
It does feel a little bit like that still, but we saw the Ursa just destroy yesterday.
Yeah, yeah, I'd like to see something like a Shadow Shaman from Keen Gaming right now.
I still think it's going to be a Kunkka 5 from Dark. I feel like that's... Okay. I think it's a distinct possibility because it feels like one of these heroes that he would play.
Yeah, it does.
It gives them that little bit of catch as well. They banned the puck.
10 seconds
And we'll never give it. So they assuming that they need a core still as well.
5 seconds remaining.
Do you know what the play is, right? Where puck gets Ags, and then the Kunkka gets Ags, and then you push them all out of the coil with the boat.
Huge.
Just sounds amazing. Oh, this is I like this lineup from RNG though. Like not the laning stage as much, but I like the lineup in like apart from the Oracle maybe. In like a vacuum.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. And the Beastmaster does do well versus all of these. He's not going to struggle in lane versus any of those heroes. So nice pick on the Beastmaster. Vengeful's not too bad either. I worry for the Shadow Fiend in the mid lane because I think that either the Viper or the Kunkka could really give him a hard time. But we'll see. As you say, volatile matchups. He can always turn things around. But again, we don't have any hero which can roam towards the middle lane. You know, an Oracle gank does not sound threatening. Chen no longer can do it either. So since the changes to Holy Persuasion, so this is all on the Shadow Fiend to win this middle lane. And Keen Gaming take up the Jakiro.
There's Dark Zero. Yeah, that's fair enough. It gives them some wave clear as well, which is nice. Like up against this push, like Macropie is going to be really handy this game. Yeah, and they're just going Venge position 1. It's all about this SF. I think if Keen Gaming can shut down this SF, it'll kind of destroy a lot of this, what Royal Never Give Up want to do.
Yeah, and Venge is not strong enough to carry a game on her own.
True, but at least they have two cores that can fight this time. They've got the Venge, they've got the Beastmaster. So they're not just going to let Keen Gaming completely run them over this time. I think this is a much closer game than before. I don't think it could get much less close, but you know what I mean.
No, absolutely. I know what you're saying, and yeah, this is a good draft from Royal Never Give Up. Keen Gaming though, they've just gone full aggression, and as I said before, you know, it's all going to be in the lanes for me. You know, if Royal Never Give Up can hold their own in the lanes, then it's going to be a really interesting mid game. But if Keen Gaming can just run this one over, then it's going to be another convincing game. But you know, they do lack push. Jakiro, he's not a huge tower pusher. Viper, unless he gets poison type buildings, and even then that skill's not great.
Yeah, they don't take buildings particularly quickly, but the Jakiro can chip away at them. Like, I think they have to win a fight to go high ground against this Royal Never Give Up side anyway, so I don't think you can just chip away at towers unless you have the Jakiro just hitting them. With the attack range talent, by the way, thank you. At level 10, I think it is. Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
They've made that GPM be at level 20 now with the XP talent at level 15. Sorry, the GPM talent was always at level 20. The XP talent's been moved to 15 instead of 10 on Jakiro. Which makes the hero feel very sad, I'll be honest.
Yeah, any support without a GPM talent early on is very sad.
I don't know, I think Jakiro was good before just because he got the levels early on from the XP talent.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, his late talents are super good. Like, he used to get the dual breath damage at level 15, the GPM at 20, and you can get like the Ice Path or the Macropire at 25. So boosting towards those from level 10 was awesome. Late game Jakiro is scary.
Agreed. And look at Lanham as well, just coming up to lane with a Tango and 3 Fairy Fires.
I wonder if anybody saw this mid lane ward. The Radiant one was placed just before. So I am assuming they... maybe not, though, because the vision doesn't really see it that far. I feel like, why does nobody just sentry mid at the start of the game anymore? I'm sure it's worth it. Like, how many times have we seen people just run mid and put a ward down at the start of the game?
Yeah, but you have to guess left or right, and I think that's when it becomes not so worth it.
Yeah, just take the 50-50. Just go for it. You either win or you don't.
It's true.
There you go.
True for all things. A little bit of a skirmish breaking out the top. Kaka is not winning this right now, although the lift back into the Nether Toxin's doing a ton of work onto Monet here, especially with the Dual Breath as well. And the right click's coming through. Another Nether Toxin comes out, and that's your first blood going on to Monet here in the top lane. It's Old 11 and Kaka and Dark joining them up. Get to work.
That's very sad for Monet there. He's like, are they going to stick to this tri lane actually, or is Dark going to? Yeah, Dark's going to TP bot. I was going to say. But this Viper Rubik is so scary to play into. It's not a lot of fun. Like, this Nether Toxin is just going to carry on getting thrown down at you over and over again. Not what Venge likes. Especially, it can cancel the Vengeance aura as well. I wonder if you die when you have Nether Toxin under you, whether you spawn an illusion.
You wouldn't think so, because the Mud Golems in the camps don't spawn them if they're broken, so... I wouldn't have thought so, but we'll see. It's going to be interesting to find out.
We live and learn.
We do indeed.
This
Shadow Fiend off to a good start in the mid lane, actually. Currently on 3-0 right now, so Kunkka does no result too. But yeah, even with the Tidebringer, unable to get the advantage. It's kind of surprising. I mean, that's why I pointed it out so quickly. But I mean, I think he just raised them actually. Yeah, didn't want to contest with the.
Yeah, this is what we were saying. That he's probably going to get raises at level 1. Like, he's not going to get last hits without raises. So
yeah. Yep, this is smart versus Kunkka.
He wants to be able to contest the lane.
Feels bad. Trying to last hit under tower, but couldn't quite manage it. It's hard life of having only 51 damage in the mid lane. Meanwhile, Kaka takes a couple of hits. Yeah, Monet and Lanham trying to run him down here, though. The lift off, throw him into his teammate, but the stun does come out. Lanham and Monet get into work here. Kaka could be in some trouble. He's trying to run himself away, trying to juke through the trees as well. And Monet's just like, yeah, now I want to go hit some creeps.
Kaka's going to have to go all the way back to base here as well, which is very sad for this Viper. You see he's going to get bullied really hard up in this top lane now.
Yeah, they don't have the stun available, though. And again, you know, Monet's just like, ah, man, I'm on these creeps. Like, I can't afford to chase people around the jungle. I need to get myself some items. And he's actually doesn't have any regen on him currently. And the Divine Favor is really not going to be enough to bring him back up to full, so...
He needs his Chen to Divine Favor him while the tangos are going. But,
yeah.
They're not comboing.
They're not comboing at all, are they?
This Viper's just going to take over the lane now if Monet doesn't have regen. Has he got it coming on the courier? Where is the courier?
He's making his way over.
Oh, yeah, yeah, okay.
The dream.
I mean, it's not going to be enough, though. Like, that might get him to full health, but...
Kunkka actually nearly died as well. He went for a regen rune, but Setsu did a ton of damage to him. Alrighty then, you know what it's time for? It's time for Rate My Lane with Mo Farah. First up, we got the mid lane where it's Kunkka versus the Shadow... I'm going to drop the accent. It's Kunkka versus the Shadow Fiend here. I mean, whose lane is this?
Setsu? It's definitely the Shadow Fiends. Look at this. Okay, it's definitely the Kunkkas.
I think there's a 10 out of 10 competitiveness so far.
That was so sad, actually.
It's actually a 10 out of 10 lane to watch this.
Do you remember when we talked about the things that could happen that would completely change the game last time? If he'd have got that kill on the Kunkka there, that could have been absolutely massive, because he maxes out his souls there as well if he kills the Kunkka.
Yeah. It's really, really nice, to be honest, from Yi, just constantly proving.
Kaka!
So close! Does just about survive, though.
I always forget that Divine Favor gives 12 attack damage as well. So when you're playing Chen, just Divine Favor yourself at the start. Just
with
smack
the Alpha
them.
Wolf.
No, Chen is the Alpha Wolf, I'm pretty sure. It's just... Oh, mid.
Insane, actually. Yeah. Oh, they actually get the torrent off onto the Shadow Fiend, but Setsu, he's not scared of Kaka right now. In fact, he's running straight at the guy, and Kaka's like, oh, I'm sorry, didn't mean to. Getting himself away
just a prank, bro. please.
All right, give me a rating for this bottom lane then. We haven't really looked at it at all so far.
Oh, it's definitely
Flyby and Arfu versus Dark and Old Chicken with Ursa
Arfu
and
might be in trouble here.
Jakiro versus Beastmaster and the Oracle. What competitiveness out of 10 does this lane have?
I mean, Ursa definitely wins this lane. So I'd say probably like a 6 or so. I think Ursa can... Beastmaster should be able to get some farm though. Like, if anybody ever gets Steel Breath, you can just purge it off with the Fortune's End from the Oracle. So it's not the end of the world. In terms of top lane, though, this is the one that's actually, well, Mone's doing much better than I thought he would on this bench. He's got some decent amount of denies, especially.
So you would have put it maybe like a 5 out of 10, but it's actually turning into more of a 7 or 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I think so.
Very good, very good. So good lanes all around. It's what I'm into. A nice, fun, competitive laning stage.
I think it's more the Chen factor, though, than the Venge. Like, this Chen's just making the lane really difficult for the Radiant side.
Who had first picked this game?
RNG did. They picked the Chen.
Okay, that's why they got the Chen. Yeah, I mean, they've been playing with this Chen a lot. Last game also didn't have some success with it. Arfu set on fire. Old Chicken chasing him down. The Purge going to help slow down the Ursa a little bit, but the guy's just so fast with these boots. Oh, 406 movement speed. There is no escaping a Cuddly Wuddly. Fuzzy Wuzzy.
3 bounty runes for the side of Keen as well, which is nice. And this is, like, we talked about this yesterday. Do you remember when you do this Nether Toxin Viper, you can just go and stack camps in the jungle, and you just go back and farm them with Nether Toxin, and they die so quickly.
Yep. They do not last long.
There's not many heroes that can jungle as quickly as this at level 4. And he actually hasn't gone for a point in poison attack. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, I'd have thought they'd go for it just for the slow. Just to keep people inside that Nether Toxin a little bit longer. You know, level 1 slow. 25% is nothing to shake a... Sorry. Yeah, 25% is nothing to shake a stick at. I
mean, the mid Viper, you do usually see the 1-3-1. But
yeah, but I guess when you got the Rubik, it's not as important.
Yeah. He's just valuing the Nether Toxin and the corrosive skin more.
Vladimir's going for the wraparound here, but he's actually very far away from the fight, and
Viper
just manning up here. So yeah, he's trying to close the distance, and Chen getting involved, needs another right click. Meanwhile, Vengeful Spirit literally just sits in the Nether Toxin and dies. Oh my god.
I didn't see that. Did he?
There's no other way to explain it. He just sat and he just panicked, walked around in the Nether Toxin for a long time and died.
Chen's in trouble as well.
He certainly is. Boat comes crashing down. Yi gets rotation. Finds himself a kill with this haste.
Because the Chen pulled in the Oracle top as well. Guess who dies bot?
Yep. Flyby takes a fall on the bottom lane. Keen Gaming just reacting so well to every movement that RNG make.
Oh, top lane. They're getting on the Kunkka though.
Kunkka, yep. Alpha
this Alpha chewing.
Nice. Doing its job. And now the creeps come in and they will find the kill onto Yi. So, alright. That's something for Monet up here in the top lane.
It just feels like when RNG have been playing this Shen and they pull people across the map, the other lanes don't really respond in this way that they should. Like, if this Beastmaster knows he's alone in the bot lane, I feel like he shouldn't be getting caught out down here by 2 heroes. Like, he's gonna die again.
Wow, yeah, he's just getting run down. And this is Jakiro Ursa, you know, these slows. It makes it easy for the Ursa to run him down, just get these Fury Swipes on him. That's really bad by Flyby to die again down here.
Like, that's twice in a row, and it feels like we've been seeing this in other games as well, where they just get picked off really silly ways. This Chen's in trouble.
They are indeed. Lift up. They're even going to throw an ultimate onto his face as well. Why not? Although, Arfu, you know, there's that Fate's Edict coming in handy there.
Oh, here comes Fuzzy Wuzzy.
He's chasing, isn't he? Stun comes out into his face, though. Going to slow him down. Old Chicken. Is he done? No, he's not. He's still running. He still wants to catch Lanham here, and there's 3 heroes surrounding him. Surely they've got to find a way to punish this, but he's just so
He's like, guys, I might have gone too far here.
He's got 1,000 HP. The swap back, he's going to pop the ultimate now, and that makes it even harder to bring him down. Setsu TP'd as well in even. They got to find this kill, but the Razors will miss. Right clicks coming in thick and fast, and finally, Setsu finds the final hit. But goodness me, that was 4 heroes to try and bring down the Ursa.
Do you want to know the voice comms of that moment there?
What's that?
You ready? Old Chicken was like, go, 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 and then he goes in the middle of 3 heroes, and he's like, Kaka, where are you? And Kaka was like, stop being an idiot. And, Old Chicken's like, oh, come on, dude, I thought you were going with me. Now you've made me die. And Kaka's like, you killed yourself. Like, you can't play like that, Old Chicken. Come on, dude. It happens every single pub. If you've ever played a solo queue game, there's always one guy that just wants to run in and go crazy.
Yep. And today, that is Old Chicken.
I think it's Ursa players in general, though, right?
That's true. If you're playing Ursa and you're not running at people, you're not really doing it right.
It's kind of like a little bit of strongman syndrome, I call it, where you think you're a lot more powerful than you are.
The bee's knees.
He's not respecting that Chen TPing in the SFN, unfortunately.
Right, we'll leave it with the Shadow Fiend at 69 CS. And no one really taking a huge amount of CS here. Lanham going to come into contact with the Kunkka and Dark here. However, Dark's pretty low, so he needs to back himself away. So it's going to be he trying to get a skill by himself. But it's not really an issue, especially with the Ice Pass and Fade Bolt as well. From the low ground, Arfu in some trouble as well, as he will close the gap and once again find that kill. Neil Ursa in the backline just trying to run down Monet here. Monet does have the stun under tower, but it's kind of an awkward one. I think the Ursa's too tanky to go down to this tower, especially with the Enrage available. Just not a real kill that Monet can get, so we'll have to chill out on this one.
This Venge and Beastmaster are starting to fall behind, though. This Beastmaster really needs his Necro 1 online to be able to find these kills. He's just not too far... He's not too far away, I guess, but, you know, about another 1,000 gold or so away.
Is Monet going for the Midas?
He is, yeah. I think so, by the looks of it. It might be just be Treads coming on the courier or something, actually.
Yeah, and he's got the Vlads queued up.
It is. It's Treads is coming on the courier for him.
Yeah.
Or can they catch the... Oh, no.
Oh, yeah,
they got the Ven.
Onto Monet. Monet could be in some trouble. Going to throw down the split, but too late. And actually gets his teammate caught in the boat. What are you doing?
Oh, he gets the little race on
That's
going to go everybody
down as well.
Monet, what had just happened? He stole the small raise on the Rubik as well, and with the extra 14%, it's pretty scary.
Let's see another toxin raise. I'm ready for it.
Like it does 350 damage instead of 300 this race. It's pretty good. And they just smoked under a hawk, unfortunately. Yeah, Dark's going to see it now and be like, oh shit. we messed up, guys. Flyby's just here to break smoke. What is he?
They're not running away. They saw them smoke. Maybe they did. They weren't prepared for the Atos, I think. He thought he could just throw down a hawk and break the smoke from the high ground and then run himself away.
Throw down an ice path that just catches him as well, though. Like it doesn't have to be the Atos. I don't know. This is King Gaming just not on form today, by the looks of it.
RNG not on form today. Yeah.
RNG, sorry, I'll do it again.
Keen Gaming very much on form.
Yeah, Keen Gaming playing great. Oh, it did. You know, they did play until like 1 AM yesterday, didn't they?
Could be in some trouble. Boat comes down. Karkar's here as well, going in for the close range raise. However, the rotation coming in from Lanham might be enough to find this killer. Certainly will. Setsu draws the blood in the middle lane, so a gank gone wrong for Keen Gaming. All right, RNG. Let's get it together now. Meanwhile, I hear an Atos, but I don't see an Atos. Assuming he's down at the bottom lane, yeah. Roar out onto the Viper, though. Venge coming in close, but it is now inside that Nether Toxin, which does so much damage to Monet. And now Monet just getting run down by the Ursa. Old Chicken swaps in his teammate. Oracle's just like, well, I guess it's me. Doesn't use any of his spells. Yeah, he did cancel the animation once or twice there. Now Setsu throws down the ultimate, but Old Chicken just enrages the whole damn thing. And now Setsu could be in some trouble. Ice Path coming in. They close down the distance. Shadow Fiend, well, he's gone. X marks makes it a little bit awkward for Old Chicken to find the kill, but they find it all the same. Well, nice TP out there from the Chen.
The thing is, like, because they picked this Chen Oracle, we've talked about it before, they don't really have a hero that just wants to commit to a fight and just go in. Like, it's not like you've got like a Clock or a Tusk or an Earth Spirit that doesn't mind dying. Like, nobody wants to commit on this side.
Right.
They've got commitment issues, Jared. This is awful.
Middle tower is under attack.
They just need some marriage counselling, I think.
Yeah.
That would help.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I said, you know, I've always wanted to open up like a soul-searching clinic for Dota players if they, because you know, there's so much pressure put on, you know, mechanical skill and all this other stuff. I think what we really need is just some spiritual guidance for a lot of these guys, you know. Long walks in the mountains, you know, reflection pools.
When's the last time we've seen RNG pull off an actual like aggressive move for this game? Like they just tried to smoke up there, but it was just so awkward trying to start a fight.
Yeah, I think awkward is the name of the game so far, but Still a long way to go, and we said if they made it through this laning phase without losing too much. Oh, Conker immediately getting jumped upon here, but Kaka trying to do his best as he shields a roar and turns it around onto the Vengeful Spirit. Easy setup for the boat. The False Promise going to wake her up, but immediately to be hit by the boat. Thankfully, she's healing up just fine, but now the Atos comes in. They've got this Venge around it. They want Monet, but they're actually going for Arfu as well. Old Chicken running him down, does find that kill. Now the attention turns back to Monet. They blow him up as well. The Vengeful Spirit is gone, and Keen Gaming invade once again, finding so much success in the bottom half of this map.
I love that Keen Game just picked these 3 cores early on, right? And they're like, yeah, we're going to run at you. Like, what are you going to do about it? And we know we can get away with this. Like, it doesn't matter. And so they've picked this Venge Beastmaster to try and fight into them because, yeah, they have this Oracle. They just can't start fights. And it's just super awkward. Like, they need to get pick-offs with this Venge and the Beastmaster, but Keen Gaming are just grouping up as 5 heroes and running at them. And they have no team fight on this dire side. Like, this Beastmaster's hasn't even finished his Necro 1 yet.
So far behind. 3.3k gold compared to the Viper's 5.7.
Look at the cores. God. Not even the core, look at the support net worths as well. Like,
in trouble up at top as well. Caught out by the Conker and the Viper here.
Shen as well.
Arfu trying his best to help him out, but he's going to be brought down here as the X comes out. Torrent as well. Old 11 closes the gap. Nether Toxin going to rip through him, and in comes that cleave. Tidebringer finishes the job. Arfu brought down, double kill for Yi in the top lane. Now they'll take themselves a tower to go with it. And that was just 2 of them. Those are 2 heroes.
Oh, the Rubik's Doll Holy Persuasion as well. They're running at this Beastmaster mid. He's going to use the little balls to get away.
Steal the ball.
Steal the ball? It's not like... Oh, with the Holy Persuasion, you mean? Right, okay.
Didn't steal the ball.
Very sad. What level does the unit count as? Can you see? Oh yeah, you can see it at level 1 actually, can't you?
Yeah, you can. You see that Chen versus East a lot.
This Venge doesn't have any items.
Steal the Hawk.
This Venge has Treads double Wraith Bands, and it's 15 minutes into the game. Like, if you want to play this Beastmaster Venge strat, it feels like you have to be playing from in front. Otherwise,
okay, so they see this rush going on. All right, RNG, they're coming in for this one. They want to take the fight. They've got the Raw available. Who do they use it on? They've got their selection. They're going to go on the Viper here, try and take him out the fight nice and early. But the Ice Path, follow it up with a boat as well, and RNG just get it put in. Monet is dead. Roshan as well. Old Chicken just running out with this Aegis now. This is a horrible fight. Shadow Fiend gets it thrown up, and GG is called. Lanham throws in the towel.
Oh no, it's TI4 all over again.
Goodness me. Keen Gaming dominating this series and then some.
Okay, well, do you see what I mean though? Like, how do they start that fight? They literally just have to waddle in like penguins and just, they roared the Viper, but then they don't see anybody else. Like, they can't initiate on anybody. It's super hard.
Yeah, but the 3-man Ice Path, great positioning
from
it was Dark there, just to completely shut down any attempt that Royal Never Give Up wanted to have of coming in and taking that Roshan. And then the easy boat on top of it as well. I mean, Royal Never Give Up, you know, they could have stood a chance in that fight, but Dark just completely shut them out any kind of what way they could have of getting in and doing anything there. And this isn't the Royal Never Give Up we're used to seeing. You know, this team has been pretty good in the past, but today they just looked bad.
I think they just need to be a little careful. Like, they're picking this Shen and they're playing it really well, but they just need to be more careful in the laning stage about when they move heroes around, that they don't get, you know, picked. Like, if you're getting a kill by moving a hero around, but then you bleed a kill at the same time, you're not gaining anything from moving that hero across the map. Like, you're just trading evenly, and that's not what you want to be doing with that Shen. You want to be getting the pick off, and then like making sure your core in that lane stays safe in that meantime. You know, plays a little bit back, further back, maybe just goes back to the jungle. But yeah, that Beastmaster dying twice in the bot lane in a row. The only time they ever made an aggressive play was when the Ursa tried to run into them too much. That was the only thing. Like, they pulled the SF in with the Chen. They just weren't on form today. It felt like that's not, yeah, like you say, it's not the RNG we're used to seeing.
Exactly.
But Keen they were firing out of all cylinders, you know, those 2 games.
Keen absolutely were, yeah. Keen really kind of, as I said, you know, this draft from this game, they basically just picked these lane dominating, these fast tempo heroes, and basically just slapped it down on the table and said, look, RNG, you know, you've had pretty weak lanes. We're going to just show you straight off the bat, we're not messing around here. We just want to beat your lanes. If you can beat our lanes, then you can probably take the game, but we don't think you can. And they couldn't. And RNG just completely crumbled, exactly like Keen wanted them to. You know, they just couldn't stand up to these lane dominating heroes, and these early mid aggression, which Keen Gaming is so good at playing right now. RNG just didn't have an answer.
Do you reckon in game 2 in the draft, they were like, "Oh, should we let Fam through Viper this game instead? You know, ban out some of Dark's heroes like the Elder Titan instead." Everyone was like, "Yeah, sure." And the game starts, and like they get the first blood, and everyone's like, "I think we made a mistake, guys."
Yeah, probably.
I think we should ban the Viper next time.
Yeah. Lesson learned, maybe. How much damage did that Viper actually do? Let's have a look.
Not even that much.
6,900. I mean, it wasn't a long game, so I guess it's really kind of hard to judge. But yeah, not even that much. Just an annoying hero to have in your face.
It's more about this Atos and the whole like just sitting in the front line.
Yeah,
like this whole hero that we talked about that RNG just don't really have. Like this Viper just sits there and tanks spells because he has this buckler, he has this Atos. He's super tanky and difficult to deal with. Can't chew through that Viper Dragon.
No, he's a bit of a pain. But you know what? I'm excited to see Keen Gaming playing at ESL Mumbai. They're going to be going to India, and they're going to be playing against the best of the best in this ESL 1 tournament. So you know, we're pretty hyped to see them there. I think there's going to be some good performances all around.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Keen Gaming on LAN. I mean, all the time. You know, whenever these teams like Royal Never Give Up and Keen Gaming get to LANs, it's nice to see them play against other regions.
Yeah,
because there are a lot of these good tier 2 Chinese teams that it's nice to see them try their luck against different teams.
Yeah, fantastic learning experience for them, and hopefully help them improve in the long run as well. Not that they looked like they needed improving today, as Keen Gaming take the series in a dominant performance versus Royal Never Give Up, securing their spot in the ESL 1 Mumbai tournament and putting an end to the Chinese qualifiers and thus an end to our coverage. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the cast, my name is Nomad. He's my Farah. Throw us a follow on Twitter. It really helps us out. And we shall catch you next time, but it's going to be goodbye from us because there is no more coverage to be had on the Chinese side of things. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon. Goodbye.
This arena is about ready to explode. Welcome to ESL 1. Let's get this started. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go!
Grabbing up the epicenter, comes in. Oh, it's a big one as well. Look at this damage. The BKB, the Black are ready to go. GG.
Think he can't shine through the dark? Stream a Roshan Steel in high resolution? And record a play for the history books? Watch this. Think he can't make a victory go viral? Watch this. Think a support can't be in the spotlight? Watch this. On Intel Core i7, a legend can rewrite his own legacy. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7.
Remember where it started. Your first experiences. The journey you traveled.